Hello, my name is Yashi Gupta, and this summer I worked as a fraud analyst intern at Encode Technologies in San Francisco in person. So my internship started from from June 11th, and it was a 10-week internship, so it ended on 15th of August. And during my internship, I worked on the Tamper model project, and here in this video, I will be giving an overview of what I learned during this time. So my main project was working on the tamper model detection, which is one of the encodes checks which they use to detect if the given identity from the client is fraudulent or legit. So we have clients like Amazon, TikTok, Chime, um, yes, and then anytime a new user makes an account, so they use, like, for example, if we have TikTok, so we just got like 100% ownership for TikTok's all the ID cases. So if a new person makes an account, so they will use our services, and through our services, like if they have their phone, they'll scan the picture front, back, and a video of them, and then we'll have a bunch of tests which will identify, for example, like ID alteration, tamper check, or like if it's like a picture or a video, all of those things to identify if the video is real or not. And my main focus was to analyze if the tamper check is working perfectly or not, and I was given the sample of May 2025 US. So sorry, and I analyzed over 200 case sessions with different templates of over, I believe there were 572 templates across US which I analyzed. And to do this, I initially I built an unsupervised learning model using Python, which helped me cluster similar templates which were um, failing, or like which had a similar pattern, to detect like what type of tests are they failing, or what type of fraudulent activity is going on in that specific area, to detect like if the person who's, if they have like a specific dealer which is going on in that area. um, and the visualization, initially uh, it helped me allow and look into those factors more clearly, because that gave me a more visual representation. And overall, I was able to propose an analysis to improve our detection policies, and one suggestion was actually taken into consideration to I came up with a bunch of hypotheses using my analysis hat. And one of the analysis, like my suggestions, is actually going to be used in the future, um what do you say, in the future, yeah, in the future, like they're gonna implement it in the time protection model. They're planning on building a fraud ring. I cannot disclose more due to NDA, but that's where it's gonna be used. And then the tools and languages which I used. So like I said, initially I used language like Python to create my unsupervised model, and I also used DBeaver as a client to access Amazon Redshift, which was a data warehouse. And to clean the data more, I just used DBeaver, and I continued using Python to go on with it. And I also used and the interface which I used was Google Colab to create charts and my clustering and my unsupervised machine learning model. Problems and challenges. One of our biggest challenges was when my manager, she was actually it was a 10-week internship, and during that time my manager was on and off during the entire time because she had to go to Ukraine. And the buddy which I had, so I was given a timeline, but it was a bit confusing when I was having my small achievements, but I wasn't really sure if I'm heading in the right direction. And my buddy was there to help me do if I had any questions, but I think it would have been super helpful if I had my manager on the way, so I wasn't like as clueless. But then she came eventually, as in like those 3 weeks were a bit confusing. And after that, when I was supposed to give my internship presentation, this was in the final one, the vice president decided to join, one of the vice presidents, and mid presentation, he was like, you know what, let's go in a different direction. Instead of focusing on templates, which are the busiest, which have the highest failing rate, why not let's go on the templates with the highest volume? So the work which I had been doing for almost like 4 weeks, I was supposed to do all that work in just a week with 1/3 of the time. So that was challenging, but because this time I had my manager and I had like zero determination that I need to finish this and get good results so I could work on it as fast, I was able to finish it like in a week, and it was pretty impressive, not gonna lie. My team said that I did an excellent job because some of the findings were truly amazing, which I feel like the company will be benefiting a lot from them. Um, yeah, and over time, I became more confident in both the data process and the fraud detection journey. Learning gain. This internship gave me both technical and professional growth. Technical, I had never used stuff like Redshift or DBeaver, and it actually made me understand how different interfaces and how data linking actually works. Otherwise, at least for me in college, it has been pretty straightforward, where you're working on like simple plain data, but this was a totally different experience working with like big teams. And on the technical side, I learned to work with large data sets using SQL, DBeaver, and Redshift, and I strengthened my skills in unsupervised machine learning model. On the professional side, I learned how to manage shifting project goals, how to work under pressure, communicate between different teams. I specifically worked with the machine learning team. Like I worked under the front department, and I worked with the analytics team, the data analytics team, and the machine learning team. And because this company is so nice, okay, sorry. Yeah, and beyond this project, I also learned several things. I had multiple because everyone is so nice in the company. I was because I asked, I was given the opportunity to communicate with multiple people from the company, just by like having different coffee chats, salad chats, learn more about their profession, how different side works. One thing which stood out most to me was shadowing the product team, because I feel like that's something I would want to look into in the future. And NACE competencies. Looking back, I can connect my experience with three NACE: career readiness, critical thinking and problem solving, solving from analyzing data, adjusting my model, and adapting to project changes. Initially, it was very overwhelming. I was like, how am I supposed to do so much work in just so less time? But because I finally understood how critical thinking works, I had a 1.5 hour coffee chat with the VP. Uh, it was truly exceptional. Like such a busy man actually trying to help me understand what's going on, or like the things which I can improve on. So I understand like I'm on a very surface level for critical thinking here, and I need to think different ways to go around circles but always come back to where I actually started from. Communication, definitely, like just I feel like as long as I just ask the right questions, or even the stupid questions, if I'm asking 10,000 questions, I'm bound to get 2 or 3 right answers. But it also depends what type of questions you're asking, what type of people. I cannot go with my stupid questions to crazy important people. Then career and self-development, I definitely understood, like I realized how I can network with so many different people. It was very scary at first, but I feel like I'm a professional coffee chat seminar now. In summary, my internship at Encode has truly impacted me. Not just my internship, but the people I met outside of the office. San Francisco is truly one of the best places to be if you're a person in tech. Yeah, I feel like my different doors have opened. I connected with one of the craziest and the cracked people, and I and Tamper Model project improved fraud detection policies and helped me gain both technical and professional skills. More importantly, I developed a deeper understanding to how to think critically and grow as a professional. And I feel like this is something I would want to look more into. Thank you for listening.